We're back. This time we're going to talk about casting. We're talking about going fishing. Forget golf. I know a lot of golfers like to fish as well, especially down here in Florida with this water right around the corner. So, see you guys later. No, I'm joking. All right, casting in the golf swing. Amber's going to explain it, what it is, what's going on, and then we'll go over a couple exercises that you can do to work on what she talks about. All right? So what do we got going on?
So casting, when we're talking about casting specifically, it's after we start the downswing, and ideally we want our hands to cross this imaginary plane that is waist high first, and then let the club follow through for optimum speed. If you cast, you release way back here, which means optimal speed is somewhere about 6 feet behind the ball. That's not where we want it. So we want to be able to shift our weight to create this little slot so our hands can come down. So some of the things we're going to talk about is not directly related to what might be happening with the wrist hinge, but what else might be facilitating an issue for you to be able to lead with your hands first and then follow through all the way to impact. So we can have optimum speed, ideally is right after the ball, not at the ball, and certainly not behind the ball if you're somebody who suffers from a casting characteristic.
Perfect. And like I say, we have a couple exercises coming for you. All right, we're back, ready to show you the exercises for working on casting, which, remember, she said a lot of times it's that we can't get the hips out of the way, so we make up for it with our hands, right? So we're actually taking a look at this from the idea of trying to get those hips to move a little bit better for you instead of the hands. And if you're worried about the hands, you'll see something on scooping later, and it'll probably have to do with that. Okay. So the first exercise we're looking at is a rotary core exercise called a chop. All right, but we're going to do it in half kneeling. So Amber's going to kneel down. I have this band. I have it attached up here. The knee closest to the band is forward. One furthest away is obviously down. All right, she's going to hold it with both hands. She's going to, keeping it close to her body, pull it down to right in front of her chest. She's then going to push it. There we go. Push it out and away. Then she's going to bring it back up slowly. So she's coming down like a chop and then controlling that motion back up. Yep. And while she's doing that, her core has to fire to stabilize everything. There's a lot of stabilization going on here. There's actually some pretty intense look in her eye there. She's working a little bit hard here. I kind of like it. I hope you do too. And then the good news is you have to do both sides. Take whatever band. You can also use a cable machine. They work as well. Just make sure you have a good amount of tension, and as you come back up, that's really when you want to go slow and control that band from pulling you either left, right, making you fall over, whatever it is. All right? All right, the other exercise we're going to work on is a quadruped hip extension, where basically she's going to extend one leg out. We're pushing through the heel here, but we don't want to just do that. We actually want to work on rotation of the hip here. So while maintaining her back here, she's going to open and close, rotating at the hip socket. So you can see her toe turns out and then her toe turns in as far as she can while trying to maintain having her low back square to the ground there. 5-6 reps per side there, and then she can switch and do on the other side. Again, fully extend that leg, maintain that pelvis there, and rotate at the hip socket itself. All right? So that's quadruped hip extension with internal and external rotations. We have the chops. And we look forward to seeing you for the next one.